Hello everyone, my name is Skylar Reed. This is my CSCI 495 Cycle 3 project for Coastal Carolina University, spring of 2019. So for project 2, I did an augmented reality project that really only worked for iOS. I thought project 3, it might be cool to do a virtual reality project, and I made it cross-platform. So this works for Android, desktop, Mac. You can access it from an HTC Vive, Google Cardboard, Oculus Rift, Oculus Go, you name it, it pretty much works since it's browser-based. And that was the real goal for this. I wanted to make a browser-based VR experience. There are other places that do this better these days, like YouTube 360 started their client. Vimeo has a 3D viewer, but it was really more of a proof of concept to show that I could build this. And this is built with A-Frame, which is a web library for designing virtual reality experiences. This is a really shallow example of what A-Frame's capable of. This example is really more of a video library for 360 videospheres. A-Frame, you can really build complex games, applications. There's one whole application on A-Frame that lets you paint with an Oculus Rift if you've got controllers. So you can get into pretty advanced web applications using this library. But mine is pretty shallow because 8 hours, frankly, was about enough time to learn how to put this together. But regardless, we'll scroll down here. You can see I've got a big hero image up top, and this is also all responsive as usual. But if we scroll down, you can see I've got my video library here, just a little Ready Player One reference. The highest quality videos are going to be the Sonic Flight and the Cassini finale from NASA. The rest of these are YouTube 360 videos that I pulled off, and because I pulled them off YouTube and it was really more of a proof of concept, I pulled them off in 720p rather than 1080 or 4K. So if you really want the best experience when you're demoing this, I really like the Cassini finale for that. The other thing I'll mention is that there is a known glitch with the desktop version, and I'm talking with the developers about it to see if I can fix it. But basically, if you click on one of these links from a desktop, you need to refresh it one time to make the whole process of opening the video work a little more smoothly. It still works if you don't refresh it, but it's a little funky. It gives you a pop-up that says you can click to start the video, but the video has already started. You'll notice it if you open it up on desktop, but I'm also going to show you this on mobile, and it is not an issue on mobile devices, so it wouldn't be something that you'd face using like a typical Google Cardboard or Daydream or even Oculus Go. It's really only a desktop issue that I can figure out. But like I said, I'm talking to the A-Frame developers, and we're trying to figure out what's up, because it's not working in the current version of A-Frame, but it was working in one of the older versions. So we're trying to piece it together, but regardless. Then down here at the bottom, I've got a note on the content that just explains this is not my content. I don't have a really expensive 360 camera to film these experiences, nor do I have the skill in three.js, which is what you typically use to make these 3D web-based VR experiences, other than Unity, of course, to be able to make a 3D experience like this. So I did not create this. It was pulled from NASA's Jet Propulsion Labs VR collection. They make that all open to the public. And then YouTube 360. And then at the bottom, I've got a couple buttons that pop up. This will redirect you to the A-Frame examples, and you can check out some of the really cool ones and a little discussion on why I built it. And then here's just some of the documentation. That's just straight out of the docs for A-Frame. But anyway, we'll jump into one of these experiences. That's about all there is to the front end of this. And we'll jump over here. This is the Cassini video. I'm going to turn it down a little so I don't deafen you all. And on desktop, you can pan by clicking and dragging.
NASA's Cassini spacecraft begins its final chapter. In this visualization, you're traveling with Cassini at over 70,000 miles an hour as it makes one of its 22 planned dives through the unexplored space between Saturn and its rains.
Now, if you're viewing this on a VR, you could click this in your Oculus, for instance, and it would make it side-by-side view. But in my case, I don't have that. So rather than talking over her, I'll close out of that. You can try it out on your own since it is cross-platform. And now I'm going to jump over to mobile just to show you what it looks like on a mobile device, since this is how most people would access it via Google Cardboard, for instance. And that's the only way, since I don't have a real VR headset, to show you what the side-by-side stereoscopic view looks like that makes the VR work. So I'll see you on mobile. All right, everybody, welcome to mobile. This is on an iPhone XS Max, but we're just going to run through here so I can show you what it looks like in the setting that you'd probably see it if you were to use a Google Cardboard to try and view this. So just another example of the fact that it's responsive. We'll jump over to landscape, and you can see it switches over to 3 columns instead of a single. The buttons at the bottom still work. You can see they're scrollable, so you can scroll through all that and then close. But we'll jump into one of these experiences so I can show you what it looks like. Bear with me because it does seem to cause a little bit of lag in my screen recorder, but my voiceover should still be there, so we can at least discuss it. So I've got a little load screen here. And then once you're in, you can click the window to make the video play. And you can see it's using my motion sensors to change my view. So this is the NASA ER2 spacecraft. This is me just spinning my phone around so that you can see that it is VR. But this is just a recording from the Jet Propulsion Lab of it hitting sonic boom. And right now, this is just a 360 video. You can pan around with your finger too if you don't want to use your motion sensors. But if you wanted to view it in VR, you could hit this little icon at the bottom, and it'll tell you, insert your phone into the cardboard holder. When you turn it horizontal, you get this nice side-by-side view. It's a little squished because I've got tabs right now, but we can close out of one, and there you go. So if you were looking at this in Google Cardboard, it would feel just like a virtual reality experience. And then if you're done and you pull your phone out and you're ready to go to a different page, you just go back to portrait and you can hit the X if you want to continue the experience. So yeah, that is my VR app on mobile and exactly how it would look if you wanted to bring it up in VR on a Google Cardboard. And I hope you like it.